Hello and welcome back to another Too Slow For You production. Today we are going to be doing an unboxing and overview of the Mars Sharpener by Staedtler. I've done some looking online and it turns out that there's another company in Taiwan, I believe, that does make a sharpener that looks identical, and there's been reports of people actually getting these Mars sharpeners in with the other brand's name on them instead of Staedtler. So let's go ahead and unbox and see what happens. Okay, so this one does come with the table clamp that several others have not been coming with. I believe these are around $35. I'll put the retail price in the description of the video like I've been trying to do on the others. Yeah, Staedtler. So this drawer has some free side-to-side movement. It's not bad. It's not going to come out. I think sitting on your desk could be a fun little fidget thing, maybe. We do have a metal arm, which is nice. I just talked about how I didn't like that there wasn't a metal arm on the Blackwing. So that pulls out. This opens up your rubberized teeth. This whole front face feels like metal other than this, or not metal, plastic other than the spring that's in there, along with that. So I feel more comfortable gripping the bottom of it while I do that, rather than just trying to force that down. I feel like that puts a lot of twisting pressure on the head that I would avoid, since basically everything is plastic. Let's see, yep, about there it releases. This has got some grinding to it already. It's not super free spinning. So let's look inside there. Okay, so that's all plastic inside. This looks like they did... So this is what I was hoping they would have done on the Blackwing. They've got metal teeth inside this plastic housing, so it's metal against metal. It's a loose fitting design though. I think that's what's causing part of the problem. You can see how much wobble there is in that. Let's see, this is how we adjust the pencil stop, which I'm trying to see if I can see it anywhere. There it is. Underneath this spring, right there, you can see that little bar move back. That's going to be our stopper for the lead. So hopefully you're able to see that, since I did it a couple times. So I'll go ahead and I'll put this to what looks to be the blunt setting. I'll get this lined up. Get the holes lined up. Crank it down. Turn clockwise for the end of the pencil, or turn to the end for colored pencils, turn counterclockwise for a normal pencil. So yes, that's correct. Blunt on the right, sharp on the left. Let's go ahead and stick a broken pencil in there. Oop, that's kind of hard to do. So I'm gonna grip that through, that there. There is still some wiggle room, but a lot less now that it's supported by this plastic face in here. The sharpening feels a little stiff, though it does feel smooth. And that is a very blunt tip. Let me zoom in on that. Very blunt tip that didn't actually sharpen all the way around the pencil. So let me loosen that out, or back that off just a hair, like a half turn. Same thing. We're not getting the back side of that sharpened at all. So we'll back that off another half turn or so. Try that again. See what it takes to get that tip to where it's sharpened a little on each side. Looks like the sharpener's missing on one whole side. I'm going to go ahead and loosen all the way and give it a sharpen and see if it sharpens the same. Okay, so on this one we are getting a nice fine tip, but it looks like the sharpener's really struggling to sharpen on one side of the pencil. And I'm not sure if that was by design choice or if that's something wrong with this particular sharpener. I've got this broken pin and gear one from testing the other day. Let's go ahead and give it a try. And I'm gonna, let's see, there's all the way undone. So there's half a turn. That would be a full turn. Sorry, I had to think. Once here, and then here is a full turn. Okay, so pin and gear, it's kind of facing us. That one actually seemed to sharpen fairly decently all the way around, so I don't know why it was struggling with the Ticonderoga. Let me try another. I'm going to have a million sharpened pencils around my house by the end of this series. It's kind of tough right there for some reason. Okay. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I put the Ticonderoga that way, and it actually turned towards me during part of the sharpening. But we now have a fully sharpened tip. Let me... Yeah, it sharpened all the way around like we were wanting to. So I don't know, that's kind of odd on this. There are no markings on the pencils thanks to the rubber jaws. There's not a hole to push the box out from, so you have to pull it out the front. A little bigger shavings than we had on like the Blackwing, but perfectly fine. We did have some stuck back in here where they didn't fall down into the tray. It's interesting tabs there. Nothing in there that explains what these two tabs are for. I don't think you could put anything under them to leave them on the table, because if you did, you'd have to pull them out further than these rubber feet, and that would cause issues. Probably break those tabs off. So, overall opinion of the sharpener, it works. I forgot to compare length to... It does take a little off of the tip, at least on that one. That one appears to be right even with the tip, so it doesn't appear to be taking a ton off. Let me go ahead and This is the one that wouldn't sharpen. Okay, broke the tip off of that. We'll try to resharpen that one and see if it eats a bunch of the pencil or if it just sharpens back to that point. So back to that point would be just a couple, 4 or 5 millimeters. And it feels like it didn't take a ton off. Again, it's still not sharpening on this one side of the pencil. It didn't actually disengage the auto travel, which I think is interesting. It sounds like it's trying to. There we go. Yeah. So on this one, we're still not getting that other side of the pencil. I don't know if it's this particular pencil. And it only took off what it needed to get back to the point that we had selected on the sharpener. So I'm going to try putting a Ticonderoga towards me to see if that'll... No, it's still not there. So we'll try putting Ticonderoga away from me. Do a couple backwards ones. Kind of got the lead that time, so I don't know. It's very confusing. It doesn't seem super consistent on the sharpenings. The jaws, I don't know if you noticed, but they were actually loose enough that I almost didn't need to pull that in. No, they're fine. That was in my head earlier. I must have bumped them just enough to get the pencil in there. You don't actually have to pull them all the way open. You can just about that far, and the pencil will drop right in. Sorry, I'll try to do that on camera. It's not much. But it does say that it accommodates 0.7 diameter to 11.6 millimeter diameter, so it will take some larger pencils. Overall, I think it's an okay sharpener. I don't know if this is one that I will use very often. I like that it does have the rubberized teeth and the adjustment for sharpening, although the adjustment didn't seem super useful considering it left one side of the pencil completely dull on the lowest setting. I like the colors. And it does have non-marking, non-skid rubberized feet. They don't hold as well as a pad. But yeah, that's the Staedtler Mars sharpener and banana for scale. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.